What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to show you how to turn a blog post into a viral tweet automatically by creating a simple workflow in N8N. Let's get started. In N8N, I've created a workflow that I've renamed to script blog to a tweet thread generator. Here, we're going to add the first step. The first step will be a trigger. So our trigger, I'm going to choose a non-form submission trigger. Here, we're going to add the title, description, and elements to our form. I've gone ahead and added the title, description, and elements to our form. The title of our form could be in the lines of blog to tweet generator. The description of our form could be in the lines of submit a blog post URL below, and our system will automatically scrape the content, summarize it, and generate a ready to post tweet. The form elements, first field name is on the lines of paste the full link to the blog post you want to convert into a tweet. Element type, I'm going to choose text, and this field will be required. The other field name is on the lines of provide your email if you'd like to receive the generated tweet. Element type, I'm going to choose email, and this field will be required. So yeah, I'll click on execute step to fill out our form. Now here you can see the title, description, and elements to our form. You're going to paste a link to a blog post over here, and the email address that we're going to send the tweet after we generated our tweet using our workflow. So I'll add my email and click on submit to submit our form. Now here you can see we captured the link to our blog and the email address. So this is a link to one of the posts written by this website here. This website provides guides to healthy living. So the link to these posts is the link that we pasted on our form here. So now with the link to our form and the email address, we can use this data to set up our workflow. So I'll pin this data over here. Then the next thing that I'm going to do here is we can wait a few seconds. Here, for example, we can wait 5 seconds. And then here, I'll rename this to wait 5 seconds. Then here, I'll click on rename. Now, I'll execute this node. Now, you can see our node was executed successfully. The next thing that we're going to do here is I'll search for the HTTP request node to get the data from our blog post. So here, I'll map the URL over here and click on execute step to get the data from the post. You can see we're getting the HTML of the post over here. It's a very long, HTML data. So it's a combination of text, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, including the images from the page. I'll rename this to get blog post. Then here I'll click on rename. Now the next thing that we're going to do here is we're going to convert the HTML into a markdown. So I'll search for markdown right here and click on it. Then I'm going to map the HTML right here. Then I'll click on execute step to convert the HTML into markdown. Now you can see here we're getting data that we can be able to understand. Here, like you can see relevant hashtags, links, and the footer over here. This is incredible. Here. Now here, when I open this node, we can further clean these data to remove the links, spaces, and breaks from the text. To do that, we're going to use AI. So in AI, I'm going to click on Open AI, and here I'll click on Message Model. Here I'm going to choose our model. I'm going to choose any of these models right here, including GPT-5, which is the latest model that we're using right now. I'll choose GPT 3.5. I'll add a prompt for the system role and say that you're a text cleaner. I'll expand it right here to add the prompt. The prompt could be on the lines of your task is to take raw blog content extracted from HTML and return only the clean plain text. Here we're outlining some cleaning rules where we're telling the AI to remove all hyperlinks, just keep the anchor text without the URL, remove all HTML tags, code, or special characters. We're also telling the AI remove unnecessary line breaks, extra spaces, or empty lines. Keep only the main readable sentences and headings. Do not summarize, rewrite, or add anything. Just return the clean text and do not write a summary of the blog post. And here we're inputting our data right here. Now, yeah, I'll click on execute step to clean our data. You can see it's executing our node. Let's give it a second. Now here you can see our cleaned text. from our blog post here. This is the text from our blog post that we're going to use to generate a viral tweet using an AI agent. Okay. So here, click on back to canvas, and you can rename this now to blog post cleaner, and click on rename. Now the next thing that we're going to do here is we're going to proceed to generate our tweet using an AI agent. Here, you can wait a few seconds. For example, you can wait, let's say 3 seconds. Then I'll rename this now to wait 3 seconds. And then here I'll click on rename. Yeah, I'll execute this now. Now in AI, I'll click on AI agent. And here, I'll choose to define below and add a prompt right here. The prompt could be on the lines of you're a professional Twitter copywriter. And here I'll add an option and add our system message right here. I'll clear this and expand this right here to add our system message. The system message could be on the lines of your task is to take the following blog article and create one single tweet that is under 280 characters, starts with a strong hook to grab attention, engaging and intriguing, sparking curiosity, summarizes the key insights and the value of the blog, ends with a clear call to action. We're also telling the AI, do not use hashtags or emojis unless they're absolutely necessary, and do not summarize in a boring way. It must feel like a viral tweet. And then here we're adding our blog content right here. Here I'll require a specific output format, and then here click on output parser. Here I'll click on the structured output parser and add our JSON example for our output. I'll paste an example of an output that I would like to generate using our AI agent. Yeah, so we'd like to generate a viral tweet. I'll also add a chat model and choose OpenAI as our chat model. Here you'll need to create a credential. By clicking on create a new credential, if you hadn't created your credential, then from your OpenAI API, add your API key right here, then click on save to create your credential. Since I had already done that, I'm going to close and choose my credential right here. And then here, I'm going to choose a model. You can choose any of these models right here, including GPT-5, which is the latest model that we're using currently. And I'm going to choose to save with GPT 4.1 mini right here. And lastly, we're going to add a memory. So for the memory, I'm going to choose a simple memory. And here, I'm going to choose to define below and add a key. For the key, I'm going to add the date and time our form was submitted. So I'll map the key over here. Right here, I'll open this node, and then here I'll click on execute step to generate our tweet. You can see the incredible tweet that it generated for us over here. Right here. So I'll rename this node to tweets generator. And then here I'll click on rename over here. Now the next thing that we're going to do here is we're going to set a variable for the tweet. So I'll search for the edit fields node, and here we're going to map tweets right here and click on execute step. That is awesome. So now, yeah, we're going to send ourselves the tweet to either approve the tweet or disapprove it. We're going to send the tweet to ourselves via email, Telegram, Slack, or WhatsApp. Since we filled in our email in our form, we're going to use Gmail. So here I'll search for Gmail to send ourselves a tweet, and then in Gmail I'll click on send a message and wait for response. Here you'll need to create a credential by clicking on create a new credential, and here sign in with your Google account. And then on the new window that pops up, choose the account that you'd like to connect to anytime, and your credential will be created. Since I had already done that, I'm going to close this right here. And here I'll map our email address that we submitted via our form. And here we're going to add a subject line. Here's a tweet generated for your approval. Then here we're going to map the tweet over here as a message. Response type, I'm going to choose approval. Here I'll add options and choose to either approve or disapprove it. Over here, instead of decline, I'm going to rename this to disapprove. Then the last thing that we're going to do here is I'll click on add option. Then in append anytime, I'm going to turn this to off. And then here I'll execute step to send ourselves the tweet to either approve or disapprove it. Now when I open our inbox, you can see the email that we sent ourselves right here. Here's the subject line of the email, and here's the tweet that we generated using our workflow. So you can choose to either approve it or disapprove it. I'm going to choose to disapprove the tweet. You can see the output was false since we did not approve the tweet. So here I'll add a condition. To add a condition, I'm going to use an if node, and here I'll say if the tweet is approved, I like to proceed with our workflow. So here our output, as you can see, was in the false branch, so because we disapproved it. So here, if we disapprove the tweet, we would like to regenerate the tweet again using an AI agent. So in AI, I'll click on AI agent again right here. I'm going to choose to define below and add the prompt and the system message right here. So the prompt is on the lines of you're a professional Twitter copywriter. I'll click on expression, expand it right here to add our system message. The system message could be on the lines of you previously wrote a tweet based on a blog post, but it was disapproved. Your task is to regenerate a new version that is different in style and angle, but still meets the requirement. You're outlining a couple of rules. We like to generate only one tweet that is under 280 characters. It must be intriguing, hooking, and engaging. Avoid repeating the same wording or hook style from the previous attempt. No links, no hashtags, and no emojis in our output. And here we're adding our blog content that we cleaned using this blog post cleaner. And then we also added the tweet that we disapproved right here. And then here we'll add our chat model. You can choose to share the chat models with this other node right here. Now, I'll open this node, and here I'll require specific output format. Then I'll use the structured output parser node right here. You can also choose a memory. You can also add the memory right here. Choose to share this memory with this node right here. And now when I open this node, we can try regenerating our tweet. So I'll click on execute step right here to regenerate our tweet. You can see it's executing our node. Let's give it a second. And you can see right here, it's regenerated our tweet using this node right here. So I'll rename this node to tweet regenerator. And then here, click on rename. Now, after we've regenerated the tweet, we'd like to post it over here and send our tweet to either approve the new tweet or disapprove it. So I'll execute this node right here. Now, to test our workflow and see how it works so far, I'll click on execute workflow. So here, we generated our tweet and we send ourselves to the tweet via email to either approve or disapprove it. I'm going to choose to disapprove the tweet. You can see now, after we disapproved it, we regenerated the tweet again using this node, and we send the new tweet to ourselves via Gmail to either approve or disapprove it. I'll click on approve to approve the tweet. You can see our output was in the true branch right here. That's awesome. So now here, we can wait a few seconds. For example, you can wait, let's say 2 seconds. And here I rename this to wait 2 seconds. Then here I'll click on rename. Here I'll execute this node. Then we can proceed to add our tweet to a database. In Google Sheets, I've created a spreadsheet that I've renamed to script blogs to tweets. In this spreadsheet, I've created a sheet that I've renamed to tweets. Here's where we're going to add the blog post URL and the tweets that we generated from the blog post. To add the tweets and the blog post to this spreadsheet, I'll search for Google Sheets. Click on Google Sheets, and here I'll click on append drawing sheet. Here I'm going to choose a document. Document is going to be this document right here, and our sheet is going to be the tweet sheet. And here we're going to map values to our columns in our spreadsheet with the data from our workflow. So the blog post URL, we're going to grab it from our form submission right here, and the tweet will be this tweet that we set over here. And here I'll click on execute step. You can see we added our tweet to our spreadsheet. So here you can see we added our blog post URL and our tweet that we generated using our workflow over here. I'll rename this to tweets because here's where we're storing our tweets over here. Now, we can proceed to now post the tweets to page. So here, I'll search for Twitter, click on the node here, and here I'll click on create tweet. Here you'll need to create a credential by clicking on create a new credential. Then from your Twitter developer, add your client ID and client secret here. And then click on sign in to connect your Twitter account to an agent. Then after doing that, your credential will be created. I'm going to close this right here since I had already created my credential right here. And then here we're going to map the tweet that we just generated using our workflow to post it. All you have to do now is just click on execute to post our tweets in our page. And then lastly, here we're going to complete our workflow. I'll search for the do nothing node right here, and then click on it. Complete our workflow. Our workflow is pretty much set up. So here we're filling out our form with the blog post URL that we like to convert into a tweet. Then we're waiting a few seconds and then getting the blog post right here. Then we're converting the blog post data into a markdown. Then we are cleaning the markdown into a plain text. Then here we're waiting a few seconds to generate a tweet from the blog post text. Then here we're setting the variable for the tweet and then sending the tweet to ourselves to either approve or disapprove the tweet. If we disapprove the tweet, we're going ahead and regenerating a new tweet using this AI agent. And then we are sending ourselves a new tweet to either approve it or disapprove it. Now, if we approve the tweet, we're waiting a few seconds and then adding the tweet and the blog post URL to our spreadsheet. Then here we're posting the tweet on our page and then we're completing our workflow. So now let us try testing our workflow so we can see how it works. To test our workflow, here I'll unpin this data. And from this website, we can copy the link to one of the blog posts right here. For example, this one. So I'll copy the link to this blog post. And then here, I'll click on execute workflow to fill out our form. Here, I'll paste the link to the blog post that we just copied. And here I'm going to add my email address and click on submit to submit our form. You can see our form was submitted. You can see it generated for us our tweet right here. And it sent ourselves the tweet to either approve or disapprove it. Here you can see the tweet that it generated for us over here. I'm going to choose to disapprove it. You can see now it regenerated our tweet over here and sent ourselves the new tweet to either approve or disapprove it. It's a new tweet that is generated for us over here. Now I'm going to choose to approve the tweet. Here you can see that our workflow was executed successfully. So here we captured our form submission where we added the blog post URL that we like to convert into a viral tweet. Then we waited a few seconds, and here we got the blog post, converted the blog post into a markdown. Then we cleaned the markdown into readable plain text. Then we waited a few seconds and generated our tweet right here using this AI agent. Then we set the variable for the tweet and we sent ourselves the tweet to either approve or disapprove it. Then we disapprove the tweet. Then we regenerated a new tweet using this AI agent over here. Then we sent ourselves the tweet via Gmail to either approve or disapprove it. Here, so here we approve the tweet. Then we waited a few seconds, then added the tweet to our spreadsheet. As you can see over here, here's the blog post that we use, and here's the new tweet that we generated using our workflow. Over here, then we went ahead and posted the tweet on our page, and we completed our workflow over here. So now, when I open my page, here you can see the tweet that we generated using our workflow over here. And this is the tweet that we approved over here. We posted it on our page over here using the simple workflow that we created right here in Anytime. Our workflow works perfectly. Thank you for watching. Now, if you'd like me to create this workflow for you or a workflow similar to this one, just click the first link in the description to schedule a call with me. On the call, we'll discuss into details the workflow that you'd like me to create for you. Then I'll proceed to create the workflow for you. But if you enjoyed this video and you have a workflow or an AI agent in mind that you'd like me to create using Anytime, just comment down below in the comment section. I read all the comments, and if I land on your comment and I find it intriguing, I'll come back on a future video showing you how to create the entire workflow or AI agent from scratch using Anytime. But for now, thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.